How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Silica video. So in today's video, we have got ourselves update 0.8.11. Pretty good update. It's fixing harvesters and other few things as well with the game in regards to like pathfinding and also a few performance upgrades, as well as some things to do with Monument Valley. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. We are going to be going live on Tuesday with Alien Isolation, Thursday with more Silica, and join us always for Silica Sundays on Sunday. Every Sunday. Without further ado, we're going to get into the update, and then we're going to showcase a few of the changes that I can actually do. And I'll try to explain to the best of my ability about these changes. So, first of all, let's read this, because we've got some juicy info here. We've got some juicy info. Anyway, dear Silica community, we are releasing another minor update, which is mainly focused on game balancing and harvester pathfinding issues. As always, you can read the full changelog below for all the details and share your feedback on social media and our Discord. Yeah, guys, if you've got any issues or any bugs, or you find anything wrong, definitely just drop it in the Discord. You can also get hold of Silica on social media, mainly Twitter and Facebook. But your best place is going to be Discord. Dram will be able to see all of that stuff pretty quickly. So yeah, definitely if you find any issues, definitely let Dram know on Discord. It's very much appreciated, and he'll get those fixes out relatively quickly. But that's not all. Silica will be also included in Steam's Czech and Slavic Week 2023, which starts today and lasts until November 20th. So if you or your friends still don't have Silica in your library, now's your chance to get 20% off. So 20% off the game as well for the next, what's the date today? So for the next 7 days. So yeah, if you don't already own the game and you're looking to pick it up, now is the time. You get 20% off and you'll be able to pick up this glorious game. What a great opportunity to join the fight for Bolterus. See you there. Right, now let's get into the changelog. So, added infantry hit pain animations. Basically, when you start getting shot, you'll kind of flinch a little bit. You'll get like, it's hard to explain without actually showing you being shot, but it's going to be very hard for me to showcase that. But there's some pain animations involved. Added, the Colossus projectile does affect in midair if it does not hit. Construction sites start up with 10% health and progressively increase whilst building. So this is probably the case with most RTS games, where if you would start a construction site, namely Command & Conquer, I think Age of Empires also comes under that really when you're constructing. Yeah, your building's health actually progresses as time goes on and the building nears completion. Which means if you're going to be building in front of the enemy, like in previous iterations of Silica, the building will be at full health. Now it would start at 10%. So you could waste your resources technically if you were to build in front of an enemy and it gets destroyed. Added, infantry slowdown when sprinting from flat surface to downhill. To a downward slope. Yeah, so you're not going to be going a million miles an hour down a hill anymore. The slowdown will occur when you hit that downward slope. Added, alien players respawn as Wasp in strategy game mode when those are available. So, personally, I think it's an okay addition. However, I do believe it may be a little bit too strong. And it has been discussed quite often with Dram, so I don't know what Dram's going to do with it. I think he might keep it, but we'll see. He might lock it under a higher tech, I'm not entirely sure. But you can get Wasps relatively quickly, and players are always going to be a stronger component than an AI Wasp will be. So we got to keep an eye on that. But like I said, guys, if you have any issues with this update in particular, just let Dram know in the Discord. He'll look at all the feedback, and if it needs changing, it'll need changing. But I'll leave that up to you. Improved infantry footsteps sound simulation. To be honest, I haven't personally heard this, but then when I do play the game, I'm normally streaming, and I've got the music quite up high as well, so I don't really pay attention to that, and I'm pretty much in a vehicle most of the time anyway. So, we'll listen to it. We'll listen to it when we jump to the game in a moment. Improved harvester turning circle from 40 meters to 30 meters. So, mainly, This is to do with them getting stuck on like rocks, on side of buildings. You know what harvesters are like. I mean, if you've got the game, you've seen my videos, you know the harvesters are been a right pain, right thorn in Dram's side for the past since release actually. The harvesters they're a lot better now. They're able to turn and they're able to get themselves into positions where they couldn't do previously. So harvesters are definitely getting better, and it's really good to see that as well. Harvesters are probably one of the main thorns that Dram's had, and I'm glad that it started to come to a point where Dram can actually say my harvesters are working correctly. Improved. Wheeled vehicle now reverses when it gets stuck driving forward. Okay. Yep. I know what that means. So, sorry, I had to take a double check on that one. So, if a vehicle, for example, drives into a rock, instead of trying to keep going forward, it will now actually reverse and try and make his way around it. So, okay, fair enough. Changed. Increases Colossus cost from 5,600 to 6,000. So, an increase of 400 resource, which for the aliens is not much because they gain resource very quickly. Increased the filer cost from 3,800 to 4,200. Another 400 cost increase there as well. It will make a difference, but it's not going to be that substantial of a change. Yeah, just so you guys know. Right. So these changes are quite cool. Well, these two in particular. We'll get to the Goliath in a minute. I'll tell you what, we'll skip this. We'll do this now, actually. We'll do this now. Increased Goliath cost from 2,400 to 4,000, which is an increase of 1,600. So, quite a substantial cost increase, but the Goliath is a very strong unit now. It has very hard strong points. Its weak point is on the belly. But when you're going up against the Goliath, let me know when you're able to see his belly and he's not able to kill you. Yeah, pretty much an aircraft could take advantage of that from time to time. But Goliaths are very hardened units now, and they are actually pretty nasty to deal with, which is good to see. You need rail tanks to take this bad boy down, really, or rocket launchers. So ground units still have a role to play. Okay, so we're going to start with this now. So Defiler may be only built from Tech Tier 2. The Cyst is built at Tech 3. So I'll get back to this in a second. I'll get back to this bit in a second. The Goliath may be built at Tech Tier 1. Cyst is built at Tech Tier 2. And there is, I think there's another one somewhere. No, there isn't. Okay, so what this mainly means, right? So, for example, you're playing as the aliens. You've got yourself to Tech 3. And your quantum cortex is taking fire. So you've built the Cyst that builds the Defiler, which is the Colossal Spawning Cyst, I believe. Yeah, the Colossal Spawning Cyst, and you got the Greater Cyst for the Goliath. And your research goes down. So your quantum cortex gets blown up, destroyed. So you start rebuilding it. These will then become locked, so they're no longer being able to be built. However, as soon as you start upgrading that tech to Tier 2, even if you're not at the max tech that you need actually to make these creatures from their cysts to be built, you can still produce these units at Tier 2 and Tier 1. So if those cysts are still alive, they've got a use at lower tiers. Which could mean you can get up and running relatively quickly because gunships and fighters, the aircraft, the humans, and teleportation, normally you'd see your tech get hit quite hard if it's not your nest. So being able to get up and running relatively quickly when you lose that vital structure is a good change. So you're able to get up and running a bit more quicker, as long as your spawning cysts are still functional. Okay, this one I personally love. I love this update. So heavy infantry rocket now flies straight, does not curve up and then down. So in the previous iterations of Silica, the heavy infantry rockets used to deviate and have quite a big spread. They acted a little bit like javelins, where they'd go up and then come down on a target. Now they just fly straight ahead, which is good. It's allowing the heavy infantry to defend themselves a little bit better against anything at closer range, and it also improves their ability to take down ground vehicles. It does kind of nerf the fact that they can go up against buildings because the rockets will hit the floor a lot more when they start to deviate off. But that's a good balance. Change to the heavies. They've definitely got more of a viable solution now. And you're not able to curve, over sand dunes and stuff to hit buildings. You actually have to have line of sight now, which puts that heavy at risk, which I believe is a good change. Right. The next one, the Colossus projectile lifespan from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, from 3 kilometers down to 1.8 kilometers. Or kilometers, sorry. So, yeah, the Colossus, I kind of showed this off quite a few times, and it's become an issue since then on stream. I was able to remove, well, especially in the PB server, where if you destroy the only standing HQ, you automatically win the game, and they automatically get annihilated, eliminated. So the Colossus projectile could literally snipe a HQ from across the map. So this is now going to stop that. That's reducing the distance by nearly half. So the Colossus will have to get closer, and it'll be more susceptible to getting shot. So yeah, I think it's a good change. It'll stop like insta-win scenarios, and puts Colossus in a bit more of a tricky scenario where it will need to be defended for it to be of any use to take down buildings, take down vehicles. I mean, yeah, if you're shooting at a vehicle from across the map, you're probably not going to hit it. You probably hit it with like 1 in 10 shots, so you're going to have to close the distance. Anyway, changed. Siege tank projectile lifespan from 7 seconds to 12 seconds, and that increases range as well. Not as much as like the Colossus, but the range is actually quite substantial for the siege tank. A very an unused unit, I believe. It's a nice unit. It's probably one of the best sounding units in the game, especially with its tank round as well. It sounds amazing. But yeah, it's always overshadowed by like rail tanks. It's overshadowed by the aircraft. Now that it's got a longer range to it, it's a bit more viable. But we'll see how it goes. The siege tank's a very expensive unit, and you'd only really see them in an end game scenario where the commander just wants to build one for the sake of it, or if a player requests one and the commander obliges. So we'll see. We'll see how the siege tank goes. Changed. Increased unit minimap view range to fog of war view distance. So I'm just trying to think how that works. So I would assume your minimap view, when you're on your minimap in your bottom right hand corner of the screen, will actually show your view range up to the fog of war, so you don't look past the fog of war. We'll take a little look into it in a moment. I will ask Dram about that though, because I'm not entirely sure what that means in terms of gameplay for the FPS player, because you can just open your map and you can see what's going on anyway. I used to use I tend to use my map a lot more than my mini map, unless that's what Dram means, but we'll see. Because minimap and map is a little bit different. I don't know if that's a typo, or if you meant the map, or if you meant the minimap on screen. I'm not entirely sure. Changed marksman sprint speed from 6 meters a second to 7 meters a second. That is for the rifleman as well. It just speeds up the characters, so they can run a little bit quicker, which, to be honest, is a good change, because if you're running as these two characters out in the open or running somewhere, then it's going to take you a while to get to where you need to go anyway, because of how big the game is for map scaling. So any speed boost to these infantrymen is going to be a benefit. Reduced teleport cooldown from 180 seconds to 60 seconds. So this change is just to allow players, when they die, to re-teleport a little bit quicker. It has its benefits. It has its downsides. For example, teleportation spam will be a bit more of an issue. However, there's less downtime when it comes to you getting killed, and then you have to get back into the action. You're gonna have to wait. Instead, you only have to wait a minute. This, however, I believe is just a change for the time being. If you've been following the dev streams that we've been doing, Dram is going to be implementing a hover bike at some point, which is going to be a spawnable scout bike for each player that you can do to allow you to travel around. And I believe teleportation might actually be changed even more then, so you can't teleport just around the map randomly. Well, not randomly, like you can't pick basically. So we'll see the changes. I think it might be point to point, like building to building teleport in the end, but we'll see. Fixed. Collider 1 for large rocks in Monument Valley was not set to read-write, leading to broken Pathfinder after buildings were placed. These next ones. I actually was in a call with Dram whilst playing on Monument Valley, and I did find quite a few of these bugs and managed to, pass them over to Dram in real time, and he got those fixed pretty damn quickly. Dram's an absolute legend for that. There's a few of them, and I'll explain a few more with hold on, with this one, for example, and to be honest, with this one as well. So, I was playing last night with on Silica Sundays, and then afterwards, me and Dram sat in a Discord call. I was playing again in my own lobby, just looking around Monument Valley, trying to find like any issues, having a look at this null pointer bug as well. And then I was watching the AI phase through rocks, like phasing through full-on cliffs. They would walk up to a cliff, they would jump, and they would just go straight through it, like it's a magic door. And that was an issue with the mesh. Was it the mesh read write? I can't remember. It was something to do with the mesh not acting like it's an obstacle to those units. Those units would plan a route through them, and the infantry could just go through them. The tanks and all getting stuck on the rocks. So it was very weird how it was working, but Drams managed to fix that, which is great. Sometimes place the structures will not correctly recalculate the nav mesh, leading to units not being able to leave. So it's very. I found it was a very rare instance where you would build a unit in a building and they would just stand there. You couldn't get them to move out. I would assume that's what the issue was. Fixed. Harvesters were unable to climb steep cliffs due to low wheel friction. Yep. So they're now able to go up steeper like sand dunes and cliffs and stuff. So that's going to help with, say, the Great Erg, Monument Valley, a little bit with Badlands, but not too much. So yeah, well, that's good. The harvesters again are able to go on their merry way and start harvesting that glorious Bolterium. Fixed. Harvester pathfinding clipping corners of buildings. Cool. That's pretty much self-explanatory. The harvesters are going to be going around those buildings a lot better now and not going to be trying to drive over the corners of them and get themselves a bit in a sticky situation. Okay. Fixed. Turret aim enemy git should send net update null pointer. So if you are on my streams quite regularly, from time to time I'd open up my console and there'll be red writing saying like an error. It was an error, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like turret aim enemy, git should send net update null pointer, and it would spam the absolute crap out of it until you upgraded a certain building. So the building it was affecting was a research center, because the research center recently just got added turrets to it, and there was an issue with them. If I remember correctly, it was not. Dram's better explaining it, and I do apologise if I mess it up, Dram, if you're watching the video back. It was due to the turrets. It was like asking for a handshake from the owner, which is basically the not the player as such. Well, it's the player or the AI, and before they had been upgraded, so the turrets were kind of thinking that they were working, but they weren't working, so they were shut off. It's so confusing to explain it, but basically that's now been fixed, so that error should no longer show, and the turret should be. It would go away when you've upgraded the research center to full, right? So as soon as the research center went to its max tier, the error would go away because the turrets are available and they'd be working because they've got their owner, which is you, and they would be going and chewing at things and stuff. But when they weren't, they were shown as like no owner, so they had no owner basically until they were built. I think that's how it works. I do apologize again, Dram, if I've messed that up, but that is the update. We are going to be jumping into a game. Oh yeah, also by the way guys, I have actually started recording in 1440p. I think this is going to be my first video since the launch of Silica where it's in 1440p. I've done it mainly just so I can check how well the recording software on my other computer is going ahead with this. I may have to downgrade again to 1080p if it looks terrible. So guys, let me know if it looks good, if it looks better, and I'll keep it at 1440p for videos from now on. But we'll see. Anyway, we're going to be jumping into the game. We're going to be bringing up those patch notes. We're going to show off a few of the changes in a game as well. So yeah, if you guys don't want to see those changes, you're more than welcome. To start up the game and play yourself. I do this just so the guys that just want a little bit more clarity to what's been added, I can show you. So I won't be able to show you some of the stuff. For example, the costs and all are pretty self-explanatory. The tech tier one I may be able to show you. yeah, we'll try and do that one if we can. The Collider ones, I won't be able to show. The Null Pointer one, I won't be able to show either. The Harvesters, I mean, I could show a Harvester in strategy. That's absolutely fine. And yeah, we'll go from there. So, oh yeah, and the construction sites. We're going to go strategy. We're going to just fire up a... We're not going to do a single player server. Instead, we're going to password protect. And now, EBB, you're not getting in my server today. We're going to go Monument Valley. I don't know why I put the player limit at 36. It's just something natural to me. Here we go. So I'm going to make it human v alien, so I can showcase both the aliens and the human side of things. What I'll do is I'll take control of the aliens first. I'll let the human AI do his thing, where he builds a refinery. So by the time I'm finished showing you guys the stuff with the aliens, the humans should have a refinery up, and we can just watch the harvester and see how he does. Right. Here we go. Right, so in traditional manner, we're going to turn cheats on. We're going to add resources. 9. Just give the aliens so many resources. We're going to put build on for now. Because I just quickly want to get the Cortex up. I'm going to get 2 Cortexes up. I'm going to get one up and max tier it. The second one I'm going to leave it tier 0, and then I'll upgrade it accordingly. So we're going to move these units out. We're not going to be playing this game properly. Just wait for the game to catch up. There we go. So we're going to move these units out so they're out of the way. There we go. So I put build on, so we're just going to build that. We're going to build that. And there's a Cortex. We're going to upgrade the Cortex to max tier. And we are going to add the Colossal. The Greater? No, it's not. It's the Grand. There we go. Right, so they're the two buildable structures. You can see there we've got Impaler, so we've got the Defiler, and we've got the Goliath. So there they are. We're going to move them out. Now we're going to build another Cortex. And what I'm going to do quickly is take control of the Defiler. I'm going to blow up my old Cortex, the one that's upgraded. Right, so the Cortex is gone. I go into the Colossal Spawning Cyst. Nothing, right? There is nothing there. You cannot build anything out of it. Tier 1. Goliath's there. This building can only be produced from Tier 2. The Goliath can come out at Tier 1. Nothing from the Colossal Cyst go to Tier 2. There's the Defiler. This building can be built from Tier 3. However, the Defilers are 2-tier unlock, so you can... If your Cortex goes down, you go to Tier 2. You get yourself the access to the Defiler back again. So, that is that. The costs, as you can see, 4,200. Let's just upgrade this again. The Colossus is now 6,000. The Goliath is 4,000. Right, let's check if there's anything else I need to... let's have a look at the shot from the Colossus. Yep, there it is. So it's still got longer range, however, it's not like a limited range where it would like snipe anything from across the map. So there you go. So it's not hampered that hard, but it is still hampered. Anyway, right, that's all I need to showcase from the aliens. We're going to be jumping over now to the humans of Soul. Go to command. And what we're going to do is, because they've got one harvester up, I'm going to give them resources. So resources, 9. There you go. Happy humans, happy soul. Unlimited money. Don't need to be on Bolterus anymore. We're going to build a few of these bad boys. We're actually at the corner of the map as well. I'm going crazy with the harvesters, but we're going to watch how they navigate. I am going to quickly go into infantry mode, and I'm going to go into free cam. Let's have a look and see what they're up to. Where are you two harvesters? We're going to open eye. which just shows you the pathfinding. Now, it's going to get very laggy because of all of this information on my screen. Let's have a look at this harvester here. Now, you can see its pathfinding is going around this research facility. The light quads as well, coming out of production, have also been fixed. There were issues with them. And now it looks like they're on their merry way and performing well. They're going to be navigating around, maybe? No, they're going to be driving straight into the harvester. Yep, the harvester collider issues, but there you go. The harvesters, however, are just going to ignore it. They're going to go straight for the Bolterium. So, he's mining away. This one's on his merry way up the hill. We're going to watch this guy and see how he does the turn. Is he going to clip the side of the research facility? He may just clip just a little bit the side. He seems to be dodging it at the moment, though. No, I think he's going to be good. Yeah, look at that. Oh, hold up. No, he's doing the turn. He's going to clip it. Yes. But it's pretty flat anyway. So he's not going to do that hard of a clip, right? And he's going to ignore that fact. In previous iterations of Silica, if the harvester clipped this, he would literally have a fit and go into reverse and try and like get himself to go around it. So he's just ignored that. And he's on his merry way up to the Bolterium. So that's good to see. That's good to see indeed. So yeah. Well played to the harvesters. Look at them. Look at them go. Look at the glorious little beasts. On their merry way. So, that is the harvesters. Now, like I said, a few of these rocks had issues with their colliders. That's now been rectified. Dram has kind of like remeshed the map. He was trying to do it yesterday, but unfortunately he was having issues with his PC, so he's done it in his office today. And he is now a happy chappy when it comes to Monument Valley again. But yeah, you can see the AI cheating, building so many buildings and such, but, you know, that's up to him. Oh, here we go. We got a steep hill for this harvester. This is one of the changes. Let's see how he performs going up this steep hill. It's a very, very steep one. Let's see if he gets himself up there. Look at that. Now, in a past Silica, this would not be possible. The harvester would literally go, nope, I'm not going up here. I'm just going to stay here and be still. And look at this now. He is traveling straight up this steep hill and he's on his way. What a beautiful change. And look at this. Even going over this rock as well and just ignoring it. Going straight for that Bolterium. Lovely. We love to see it. The quads, however, are going to have a bit more of a sticky time. But look, they're trying. They're literally trying to go around it. They've seen there's a bit of an issue with the colliders. And they're trying to like rectify this. Let's have a look at their things. Oh wait, they've been ordered around. There you go. So they kind of seen that rock and they went, okay, yeah, we're going to go around instead. So there we go. Yeah. So there you go. The light quads are behaving, which is good to see. Great to see, actually. Right, anything else? Let's bring up the command console. There is no error, by the way. The research facility is here. There is zero error, no red null pointer errors. It's all good, which is good to see. And I think that's all I need to cover. Let's have a look at the mini-map quickly. Let's go back in. Okay, so the left side mini-map. I'll have to ask Dram, because I'm not sure if he means this mini-map. There's the filer, by the way. Or this mini-map at the bottom left side of my screen. Hold on. Oh, God. You get what I mean. I'm trying to point my mouse at it, but you get what I mean. It's down there on the left side. I'll ask Dram, but I'm not entirely sure what that change has done when it comes to the fog of war. Marksman sprint speed. Let's quickly upgrade the research. I'm not at the barracks. Let's go to the barracks quickly. And we're going to check how quick the marksman and commandos run. It's only additional meter per second. But it should be a substantial change for the players. Marksman. Oh, yeah. You see it more when you're in third person. They used to be relatively like slower. And then they're not as slow anymore. Which is good to see. And the slowdown on downslope there as well. It stopped me from flinging off the side of the building and literally taking damage. So that's good to see as well. The sheer amount of light quads that this AI is producing is absolutely nuts. Yeah, that's insane. Look, there's more even coming out of production as well. Because I've still got the cheats on for build, so everything's being built instantly. That is it, really, guys. Everything else is literally behind the scenes. There are some things, I mean, reduced teleport cooldown, but you have to just take my word for it. It's from 160 down to 60 now. So, oh, sorry, 180 down to 60 now. Oh my god! Yo, the commander needs to relax with the quads. What? What are you doing? Right. Anyway, if you got to that, oh my god, if you got to this point in the video, guys, just comment down below what I just did. Then murdered that poor scout, and the sheer amount of light quads coming out of that light factory is mind-boggling. I mean, look at them go. Look at them. They're off on their mission. I don't know what this man's up to. I think he just messed up his drive there. Now he's getting stuck. That quad's just still. Oh god, what is this, like Demolition Derby? It's literally Demolition Derby with quads. Yeah, they're on their merry way. Right, guys, anyway, without further ado, I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, join me tomorrow for some Alien Isolation, Thursday for some more Silica, and on Sunday as well for some more Silica. And I will see you guys in the next video. That is.